Welcome to World Buzz Bulletin. Ahead of a highly anticipated meeting with President Xi Jinping, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has insisted that his visit to Beijing will deliver tangible benefits for the United Kingdom. Speaking to reporters shortly after arriving in the Chinese capital, the Prime Minister framed the trip as a necessary step toward stabilizing a complex but essential relationship with the world's second-largest economy. Amid criticism from some domestic factions regarding human rights and security concerns, Starmer emphasized that direct engagement is the only way to protect British economic interests, address global climate goals, and manage the deep-seated disagreements that have chilled diplomatic relations in recent years. The Prime Minister's agenda is heavily focused on reopening channels for trade and investment, particularly in sectors where the UK seeks to lead, such as green technology and financial services. However, the visit is being conducted under a cloud of skepticism back in London, where many lawmakers are calling for a more confrontational approach toward Beijing. Starmer's pragmatic strategy aims to carve out a middle path, securing market access for British businesses while maintaining a clear-eyed stance on national security. The upcoming face-to-face talks with President Xi are viewed as the most significant test of this new diplomatic direction since the current government took office. Key objectives and talking points for the Starmer-Xi meeting include economic growth. The Prime Minister is pushing for reduced barriers for British exports and increased Chinese investment in non-sensitive infrastructure projects to help stimulate the UK economy. Climate collaboration. As two of the world's largest emitters, the leaders are expected to discuss shared commitments to decarbonization and the transition to renewable energy. National security safeguards. Starmer has promised to be firm and frank about protecting the UK's critical infrastructure and technological assets from foreign interference. Human rights dialogue while prioritizing trade. The Prime Minister has indicated he will raise concerns regarding civil liberties and international law, asserting that a mature relationship requires the ability to discuss difficult issues. As the world watches this high-stakes diplomatic reset, the pressure is on the Prime Minister to prove that his engagement over isolation policy can produce real results. For the UK, the success of this trip will be measured by whether it leads to a predictable and stable economic partnership without compromising the nation's core values or security alliances. We will continue to provide live updates as the meeting between the Prime Minister and President Xi concludes and the official joint statements are released. Thank you for watching World Buzz Bulletin.